of people, they're afraid to get into the market. They believe that, well, it is dangerous, and interesting enough that prices fell. So they would be more happy to buy last year when the prices were higher. So what they are missing, if they don't buy a property, say $500,000 worth of property, what they are missing in the long term?
Sure. So I think most of us would have heard of compound interest. Albert Einstein said it's one of the wonders of the world, actually, the 8th wonder of the world. The reason for that is well-selected properties, you may have heard, they tend to move at, say, 10% per annum. Thereabouts. So because of compound interest, that means it doesn't actually double in 10 years, it doubles in 7.2 years to be exact. So if you take a $500,000 property, it means it's roughly moving up at about $70,000 per annum, give or take. On top of that, a lot of the properties we're buying have a positive cash flow of the rental income being greater than all of the costs of holding that property. So if we take the $70,000 per annum in growth, and then we add on the cash flow that you're pocketing each year on top of that, you're sitting at over $70,000 per year that you're profiting out of that property.
Another question would be related to that, because you're talking now about personal buying. But if you buy through superannuation fund, so it's actually zero income tax and zero other taxes, capital gain tax at the end. So can you tell something about that as well?
Yeah, sure. So I would say the three main reasons people are setting up self-managed super funds in Australia, and we're really seeing a trend of people doing that, is firstly about the tax situation. So that when you hit retirement, you have zero capital gains tax and zero income tax. Now, it's really the only vehicle where we can do our investing that offers that zero tax environment in all of Australia. There is no other zero tax haven in existence. The other side of things would be leverage, that we can go and take money that's in our industry or retail super fund right now, and we can often quadruple that. So 100K a super with a client I'm working with, we often will turn that into a 400K capital city property, meaning the amount of money they're making per year through the growth tends to be a lot greater than what they would have made in 100K, which was invested into shares and managed funds and so on by their fund manager. The last point I would say is most people are also interested in changing the volatility of their investment. As we've just seen only a few months ago in Corona, and we also see it even worse back in the global financial crisis back in October 2018 when that hit Australia. Big volatility in the share market at those times.
Absolutely.
Whereas actually 2008 to 2012, if you go back and look at the median house price data, capital city property prices actually went up during the 4 years 2008 to 2012. So I think most people would feel comfortable with the fact that capital city properties tend to be a more stable, consistent tracking asset rather than shares.
Okay, so that's why you need to have diversified portfolio.
Correct.
Okay, even if you invest in property, you still have to have diversified portfolio within the property, and you have it in your property.
Absolutely.